He's 6 feet 185, 21-year-old junior who kicks off for Tennessee, and here it is, far down the left side to the Kentucky 9-yard line. It is pulled in there now and brought back by Bob Cossett over the 10, the 15, the 20, up to about the 23. Bob Cossett. Tennessee is in a 6-2 defense. Kentucky's in a slot back to the right with the left end split away. Here's a pitch to Cox, the left halfback, and they nail him behind the line of scrimmage with a fumble on the play. Tennessee's got it. Tennessee has the ball, ready to strike. Look out for the home run play. Here's Faircloth rolling to the right. Cuts inside, goes outside. They nail him back of the line of scrimmage. Fine play by Bill Jenkins, Kentucky's defensive left end. Backed up by Perky Bryant, the linebacker. 2nd and 13 back in the Kentucky 26. They're in a single wing to the left. Faircloth goes off the weak side with plenty of interference to the 23. Faircloth cutting up over Kentucky's left tackle is stopped for the second straight time by Bill Jenkins, playing left end for the Wildcats, which is the left side this time, and the wingback Patey is spotted in the slot between tackle and left end. Here's the fullback on a spinner up the middle to the 20. He fumbles. Kentucky's got it on the 16-yard line. The fullback fumbles George Canale, and it is recovered by Clarky Mayfield. So it's fumble. First down and 10 to go with no score here at Knoxville. The sun breaking through. Both ends split away. Willem pitches. This time, Bocart up with a flag on the play over the 20 to the 25. And the penalty is for illegal use of the hands against Kentucky. Kentucky has a slot back to the left. The right end this time is pulled in as Willem calls his set signal. Deals off to Bocart, who's hit on the line of scrimmage for nothing. The right side of the Tennessee line led by Steve DeLong, a Norfolk, Virginia sophomore who's in there in the place of Bob Dalton. Kentucky is in a spread. Willem pitches to Bocart, cutting over the left side. He's to the 10, the 12, to the 13 for about 5. Ken Bocart, junior from Ashland, Kentucky, carrying it into the right side of the Tennessee line is stopped by Joe DeMelfi. Kentucky has a punter standing on the goal line. Tennessee single safety as Darrell Cox will punt, gets it, and the snap is high and short. Tennessee's got it on the 46. Faircloth, oh boy is he hit. Herschel Turner came through to Checkers Hawthorne, came through to hit Faircloth. Beautiful day with the temperature at 60 here in Knoxville. Tennessee against a 7-man line is single wing left. The snap to Faircloth, racing left, gonna throw. It's incomplete. Down on the Kentucky 37-yard line, Jerry Inslee, the wingback, got one hand on it, and that's all. We'll be pausing for station identification here at the next opportunity as Tennessee's back to the line of scrimmage against the 7-man line, single wing left. Here's Faircloth up the middle, slips through a hole to the 40 for a gain of about 5 yards. Stopped by Tommy Simpson of Kentucky. Or check us on that. Faircloth is still a tailback as they go single wing to the left. The snap to Faircloth off the weak side to the 39. He's hit and hit real well by Tommy Simpson. Wildcats are replacing Simpson with Clyde Richardson as Kentucky expects Tennessee to punt with no score here at Knoxville. Clock shows 9 minutes and 15 seconds in the first quarter. Tennessee's in punt formation. Their punter, George Canale, standing on the 50 with a fine average of 41.5 yards per kick, booming it to the north at the eastern sidelines and getting it out of bounds inside the 15. Out of bounds on the 14. At Neyland Stadium in Knoxville, where the ball is spotted for the Wildcats on the 15, first down and 10 after a short 24-yard out-of-bounds kick by George Canale of Tennessee. Willem, the quarterback, has a slot back to the left, runs his right halfback, Gary Stewart, in the ball game for the first time into the right side of the Tennessee line to about the 19. Hill, Foley, the guards, Richardson at center. In the backfield, Cox and Stewart, the halfbacks, Bryant, the fullback, and Willem has him slot back left calling signals. Deals up the middle to Stewart. He's over the 20, the 25, the 30. Stewart to the 25, and let's see, 35 rather, before being stopped by Mellon Faircloth, the Tennessee safety man. A beautiful run by Gary Stewart, who springs through to the Kentucky 35 for the first down of the game by either team. Here's the handoff to Stewart again. He hits for 1 yard into the right side of the volunteer line. Running Stewart 3 straight times. Kenny Brown, the tackle, is able to stop him. This year, the stadium increased to 55,000 seats here in Knoxville, officially named Neyland Stadium. Jerry Willem calling, faking to Perky Bryant, giving it to him, leaving it off, and Bryant up over the 40, running hard to the 45, before he is finally stopped up there by Jerry Inslee, the Tennessee left halfback. Slot back right for Willem. A big play, 3rd and 1 on the Kentucky 44. Bocart in motion to the left. Perky Bryant goes through there and gets it. Upfield to about the 48. Perky Bryant, slamming into the right side of the Tennessee line, has rolled on upfield to the Kentucky 48. Kentucky with a first down now on its own 47. Slot back to the left. Woolham calls, gives off, and up for about a yard is Ken Bocart. The balls hit him hard, and Bocart slams them away from him, shaking himself like a dog coming out of water, and Volunteers peeling off, but not Tom Williams, the right tackle, who hangs on. Slot back goes in motion. That's Stewart to the left. Woolham, who has not thrown yet, rolls out, going to pass, can't find his man, and decides to run upfield to the 50 and out of bounds about the Tennessee 49. Woolham gains 3. 3rd down and 7. Kentucky has a 7-mile-an-hour breeze behind it, 60 degrees temperature. Here's a 3rd and 7 play now from midfield. Cox comes in motion to the right, and Woolham with the snap goes back to throw from the left. It's complete on the Tennessee 41. A fumble, and it's caught by Tennessee in the air as Ken Honey caught the ball after it was caught by Kentucky. And it's an interception for Tennessee as Honey gets it, Honea. Fairclough hands off, and here comes Canale, the fullback, up over the 50-yard line. Chased out of bounds on the Kentucky 49 by Gary Stewart. Cox, rather, chasing him out of bounds. George Canale getting the hand off and going for a Tennessee first down. Tennessee, single wing right, first down on the Kentucky 49. Snap to Fairclough, keeps it up the middle, picks his way down to the 45, then is hit from behind by Bill Jenkins, who slams him forward to the Kentucky 44 for a gain of about 5 on the play, and Tennessee is bringing in 5 new vols. Single wing to the right. Kentucky is in a 7, almost an 8-man line now. The handoff to the new quarterback, tailback, Bobby Morton, racing to the right, and throwing downfield. Caught on the 26, Darrell Cox making the tackle. On the 26 of Kentucky, another first down for Tennessee. The snap, though, goes to the fullback, who races through the middle inside the 20 to the 18. An 8-yard run by Jimmy Sullivan, the Signal Mountain sophomore fullback for Tennessee. As Tennessee moves up, single wing left, 2nd and 2 on the Kentucky 18 with no score here at Knoxville. The snap again to the fullback and through the middle to the 15, to the 14, down to the 13. And a first down for the Volunteers. The snap goes to the tailback. There's a flag down. Tennessee may be offside. Bobby Morton is hit as he tries to turn the corner. Herschel Turner picking him up after he had been turned in by Jim Camaro, Kentucky's right end. Tennessee seemed to have a man jump off sides ahead of the snap. And at this point, we have just over 3 minutes in the first quarter with no score. And Jim Hill comes out for Jesse Grant at right guard in Kentucky's line. Tennessee single wing to the right. The snap to Bobby Morton. He stands up at tailback, gonna throw, got a man, and overthrows him on the 3-yard line. Here's Tennessee breaking huddle, marching to the line of scrimmage. They go single wing right now for the 2nd straight time. Bobby Morton, the tailback, steps up, takes the snap, fakes the throw down the middle, and cuts it loose in the left. Got a man wide open on the 9. He hits him. And to make the tackle immediately for Kentucky is Gary Stewart. Kentucky has yet to get into Tennessee territory, although they have been to midfield. The Vols are single wing to the right. The snap to the fullback, who drops it, and he's hit immediately by left end Jim Camaro of Kentucky. Tommy Simpson right there with him, too. Tennessee field goal man coming in, George Shuford. Tennessee will make the kick with Shuford from the 20. It'll be a 30-yard attempt. The snap, the placement, and the kick. Looks like it is no good. That's right, sailing off to the left. There is a penalty marker down on the field of play, and hold on for a moment. There is a penalty against Kentucky. Tennessee trying for another field goal. This one will be 25 yards long, kicking from the 15. Shuford again to try. The snap and the placement. This kick looks good, is good. And Tennessee goes ahead 3-0. We have 1 minute and 55 seconds in the first quarter as Tennessee, watching Kentucky make mistake after mistake, goes ahead 3-0. High and deep sends Cox to the end zone, and he doesn't pick it up. It hits only a yard from the baseline, just to the right of the goalpost. Cox let it go for a touchback, and Kentucky will take it 1st and 10 up on the 20. Woolham, the quarterback, runs Cox for about 4 yards through the middle of the Tennessee line. Tackle made by Dick Evey, E-V-E-Y, a Springfield, Ohio junior right tackle for Tennessee. Woolham, who has called every play, takes the snap and pitches, and his man is hit in his tracks. Darrell Cox goes down inside the 20 as Steve DeLong, a Norfolk, Virginia sophomore at right guard for Tennessee, gets Cox even before Cox can get up as far as Woolham is. Tennessee moving defensively as Bocart goes in motion, and Woolham backs up to throw. It's good on the 27. Jenkins is pulled back and down on the 24, but it's way short of any first down. Upfield, they'll give forward progress to the 26 and an 8-yard gain to make it 4th down and 4 to go. The tackle was made by Frank Canale, a senior from Memphis, who's 5'11". Now Cox decides to go back in punt formation. The clock's still moving. We're inside the last 5 seconds. The clock shows nothing left. That's it. The end of the first quarter. So for the first play of the second quarter, Kentucky is 4th and 4 on its own 26. Darrell Cox in punt formation on the Kentucky 13. Stands waiting for the snap, gets it delivered belt buckle high, and booms a beautiful nose-up spiral inside the Tennessee 25. It's pulled in there, returned over the 30, up to the 35, and hit and spun back to the 33 is Malin Faircloth. And Tennessee taking over on its own 35, leading 3-0. And this is the deepest the balls have been this afternoon. Single wing right, snap to Faircloth, racing. Ooh, he's hit behind the line of scrimmage by Herschel Turner. Big 225-pound junior Herschel Turner. Right side tackle for the Wildcats went banging through the Tennessee line and ran right over Faircloth on the Tennessee 30. We're just 1 minute into the second quarter. The snap to Faircloth, backs up, cuts over the weak side. Turner's after him, but he's got blocking this time. He's hit on the 35, and Turner catches him on the 36. Kentucky's senior left tackle always against Tennessee's single wing. Whichever side the wing goes, you'll find Hawthorne. They're single wing right now, which means Hawthorne's Kentucky's defensive left tackle. The snap to Faircloth, fakes to the fullback, cuts to the right, got the arm ready, can't do it, gets away from Turner at the 35 to the 40. Howard Dunnebeck with another tackle on the Tennessee 38. The ball is up, they say, to the 40, and it'll be 4th and 5. Sends Cox back to the Kentucky 20, standing on the Tennessee 29, gets the snap. Jenkins, the only Wildcat rushing. The kick is high and handled on a fair catch attempt by Kentucky's other man. Darrell Cox had his foot stepped on then. Jenkins is the right end, and here's Cox coming left as a flanker. Woolham, the quarterback, in behind center to call. Tennessee in a 7-man line. Up the middle goes Bocart to the 25, hit and thrown back to the 24 by Jerry Inslee, Tennessee's defensive left halfback. Woolham has a slot back right. Tennessee's in a 6-2-2-1 defense. Woolham calls, drops the ball, tries to find it up on the 26 or 27, and a pile of players go for it. Let's see who recovered. Looks like maybe Darrell Cox has it. Darrell Cox has recovered for Woolham up on the 26. Woolham runs his fullback through the middle to the 29 for a gain of 3. Checkers Darrell Cox, the left half, cutting up over the middle. So it's 4th and 3. Tennessee has a single safety, back downfield inside the 30. Malin Faircloth goes to the 28 now in safety as Cox gets the snap. He's rushed hard, but gets a kick away, straight to Faircloth on the Tennessee 36. He takes it on the move over the 40 and bang, down on the 45. Faircloth is hit by Bill Jenkins, the right end. Tennessee in possession, 1st and 10 on the ball's 45. They're single wing to the right this time, and a true single wing as the wing was outside the end. The handoff goes, and up the middle goes the fullback, George Canale. Tommy Simpson able to make the tackle after a gain of about 2. Tennessee's in a true single wing this time. It's balanced line, and the wing is outside the right end. Handoff, fight, fumble for the ball at about the 45 of Tennessee as Bob Brown, Kentucky's tackle, is in to catch Jimmy Sullivan, the new fullback. There is a loss of about a yard. Minutes of play with Tennessee single wing right and leading 3-0. The snap to the fullback, to the blocking back, pitch back to the tailback in the buck lateral series. He's at the 45 and up to the 49. The buck lateral series, and Perky Bryant, Kentucky's left halfback, solves it as Bobby Morton, the junior from Murfreesboro, Tennessee, is the tailback who takes it. The punter is standing back on the 39-yard line. Kentucky has a single safety back in the 15. It's George Canale who has come back in at fullback and booms one to Cox over his head, hits in the end zone, and goes out between the goalposts. A tremendous kick with a 7-mile-an-hour wind behind him. A beautiful football afternoon, the temperature at 60. I feel a bit spongy, though, from rain of last week. Tennessee 6-2-2-1 defensively. Woolham hands to his left halfback, Bocart, who's up over the 25, the 30, the 35, the 40, the 45, and up to midfield almost. Stopped by the safety man, Malin Faircloth. Check us on that. It was Darrell Cox who got the handoff and went upfield 29 yards in the longest run of the game. Now single wing left, he goes in motion to the right, and Tennessee's offsides on the play or illegal procedure. Let's see what happens. On the left side, it looked like Paul Tilson, the Tennessee left tackle, elected something against Kentucky was illegal and went slamming into the Kentucky line. The penalty markers go down, and a penalty goes against Tennessee. They have a slot back to the right against a 6-2 Tennessee defense. Woolham takes, runs Bocart up, checkers Cox up the middle to the Tennessee 42. Darrell Cox is carried to the Tennessee 42. A gain of 4, it's 2nd and 1. Woolham has yet to complete a pass. He has a slot back posted left. Cox, who goes in motion to the right. The handoff to Perky Bryant, who goes to the Tennessee 39. It's a first down. Wildcats not using a throwaway down, but going immediately on 2nd and 1 for the first down. Slot back to the right is Ken Bocart, or rather Gary Stewart. Here's the handoff to Cox through the middle to the Tennessee 35 to the 33, bouncing off men, and finally Joe DeMelfi, who recovered that fumble from Cox on the first scrimmage play of the game at the Kentucky 23, is able to make the Tennessee tackle. Woolham gives to Perky Bryant, who is hit hard on the Tennessee 31. Kentucky on the Tennessee 31, their deepest penetration, 3rd and 2, a wing to the right. Jerry Woolham sets him, takes the snap, moves to the right, gives to the halfback, and here is Stewart, who fumbles the football, and Tennessee got it. The recovery made by right end Augustine, the Tennessee captain, on his 24-yard line, 1st and 10. They got a fumble from Cox in the first quarter, a pass from Woolham, and now with another good drive going, Kentucky fumbles it back. The snap to Faircloth, who falls down on the line of scrimmage, trying to cut away from some hard-charging Wildcats. As Faircloth falls on the line of scrimmage, it'll be 2nd and 10 for Tennessee. They're single wing right. The fullback gets it and hands off to the tailback, the wing back around, rather, who's up over the 30, the 35, the 40. Darrell Cox finally makes the tackle. It was George Canale that was carrying the football, and a first down for Tennessee. Their first down of the second quarter, but their 4th of the game, and they are upfield out of the hole. The snap goes to the tailback. Faircloth races right, shoots a pass, incomplete on the Kentucky 46-yard line. Jenkins and Augustine both going for it, or Cox rather going for it with Augustine. They're in a single wing to the left against the 6-man Kentucky line. The wingback comes to the left side at the 45, butted down on the line of scrimmage, John Patey, for no gain. The second time they tried to run their wing back around. Perky Bryant also in on the tackle with Tommy Simpson. Tennessee lining up. Malin Faircloth racing out to the left, pulls up, going to shoot one back to the right. Got a man going up this way, but he can't get to it. On the 47-yard line of Kentucky, he is hit and knocked down by Tommy Simpson. Patey is taken out for Jerry Inslee, and George Canale in punt formation back on the Tennessee 29. We have 2 minutes, 45 seconds in the first half. Tennessee's leading 3-0 on the first quarter field goal. Canale gets the snap and the kick. Downfield to Darrell Cox on the Kentucky 20. He drops it, picks it up, starts to the right, and they snow him under, throwing him all the way back to the 16-yard line. Phil Pickett, Huntsville, Alabama sophomore, is now at left half. Cossett, not in there at the moment, a defensive back, as the run by Gary Stewart comes upfield 2 yards to the Kentucky 20, where it'll be 2nd down and 8. Joe DeMelfi, backing the right side of the Tennessee line, makes the tackle with just over 2 minutes in the first half. Tennessee marching with a Kentucky intercepted pass. They've also recovered 2 fumbles. Kentucky has a slot back right. Woolham pitches. Here's Pickett cutting to the right side. Gets out over the corner to the 25. First down, upfield on the 30. Woolham made a nice block in helping Phil Pickett, the young 168-pound sophomore left halfback. Jerry Inslee finally was up to get him on the Kentucky 30. A run of 10 by Phil Pickett. The Kentucky right halfback, Stewart, in motion to the left, and Woolham retreating to throw on first down as time runs out. He's run out of the pocket, decides to put it away and run with it, and goes out of bounds on the Kentucky 35 or 4. Joe DeMelfi got Woolham out of bounds after a gain of 4 upfield to the Kentucky 34, where it's 2nd and 6, and to boot, he got the clock stopped at 1:13. Kentucky goes to a short punt formation. Woolham in short punt formation takes the snap, moves to the right, gonna throw, got a man, hit him on the Kentucky 48. It's Hutchison. He's up to the 49 and trapped by one man. Malin Faircloth made a dive and got Hutchinson on the ankle, and it's timeout Kentucky with 63 seconds in the half. Here in the second quarter, they moved from their own 20 to the Tennessee 24 when Stewart lost a fumble to Augustine. As Kentucky goes back to the attack, short punt formation, motion to the left, and Woolham goes to the left to throw. Plenty of time, shoots it into the sideline. Bocart dropped it, tapped it, couldn't get to it on the Tennessee 38. Bocart not only had one chance, he had 2 chances to catch that one. Gash splits away at right end, Hutchinson out at the left end, and Kentucky is in a short punt formation again. Woolham goes right, throws, plenty of protection, shoots one for Hutchinson. Nobody gets to it, though. It's so far away from Hutchinson that that's the first time we've ever seen Tom make no attempt even to get one. Ken Bocart, Darrell Cox has gone to short punt formation now on 3rd down as Woolham is out of the game. Motion to the left. Kentucky does not have a quarterback. But Darrell Cox, a left halfback, racing to the left, cocking the arm, deciding to run, getting up to the 50, to the Tennessee 45, to the 40, and going down to the 35-yard line. It's a first down and timeout Kentucky. The clock stopped at about 38 seconds. But Kentucky's best field goal kicker, Tommy Simpson, is not on the field. Injured most of the season, he's been taken to the training room right now. Kentucky has Woolham back at quarterback, and they go back to the tee for the first time in 6 plays. Cox in motion to the right, and Woolham going back to throw hard to the right. Being chased, now shoots the pass downfield, complete on the Tennessee 25, down to the 23-yard line. Timeout, Kentucky, as the pass this time was caught by Dave Gash. The clock shows about 28 or 9 seconds to go. Woolham goes to short punt formation, has motion Stewart coming to the left side, and the snap goes on the ground to Woolham, who picks it up, moves to the left, can't throw, gets one away, and complete on the 18-yard line to Hutchinson, who is stopped immediately. They blow the ball dead, and Kentucky will have to hurry to get another play away. Second down and 5, but the clock is moving. Kentucky's on the line of scrimmage. Woolham passes into the sideline, out of bounds, over the head of Hutchinson, and the clock stops with 5 seconds. They have thrown a flag down, and Kentucky apparently will draw an intentional grounding pass. So he draws a 5-yard penalty, but in any event has stopped the clock. And Kentucky will try a field goal attempt. The kicker looks like Clarkie Mayfield. From the 35, it's a 45-yard attempt. Looks way too long, and it's nowhere near close. Tennessee recovers it in the end zone. They're going to try to run it out. They're up to the 10. A lateral at the 15-yard line. They've got a man almost in the open at the 20. Another lateral. It's into the air for grabs and picked up by Hawthorne of Kentucky, and he's down to the Tennessee 31. The first half comes to an end. Tennessee elected to try to run that one back, as Clarkie Mayfield tried to kick a field goal to tie the game here at halftime from 45 yards away. And Tennessee elected at that point to try to return it from the end zone. We got 2 laterals out of it, and finally Kentucky ended up with possession. Kentucky has made threats in each quarter, but with 3 fumbles going to Tennessee, has been unable to put any points on the board. The ball's leading as we go 30 seconds into the second half, 3-0. Tennessee in a single wing to the right behind a balance line. The snap and the handoff goes to the fullback, George Canale, who goes out to the left side to the 39-yard line, fumbles the football out of bounds. Nobody can get possession. George Canale coming upfield. Darrell Cox hit him. Herschel Turner went for it, but it was out of bounds back at about the Tennessee 37. So it's 2nd and 10 for the Vols in their own 36. They're single wing right against a 7-man line, almost an 8. Here's the handoff. Sweeping to the right is Faircloth to the 40, up to the 45-yard line. Faircloth, after a snap, went to the fullback on the spinner series. Simpson with Perky Bryant, the 2 linebackers, come up to get him on the 45. There's a gain of 9, and it's 3rd and a yard to go for Tennessee. Tennessee took too much time. That's a bad mistake for the Vols as they delay the game and get penalized to the 40, where it'll be 3rd down and 6 to go. The snap goes to Canale, the fullback. He pitches back to Faircloth, who's upfield to the 44, looks for a lateral possibility, and there's none there. He comes on upfield 5 yards, though, to the Tennessee 45, and it's going to be pretty close to a first down. Faircloth was going to make a desperate attempt to lateral and try to get the ball up for a first down, but he couldn't do it. Canale goes in punt formation. Cox is back on the Kentucky 15 in safety. The snap to Canale, and the punter gets one out of there. High, beautiful spiral. Cox inside the 10. Is going to field it. He's on the 7. He's up to the 10. Swings out to the left at the 15. He's hit and driven back to the 11. And out from this west side zone, Kentucky will put it in play for the first time this second half. The first time they got it in the first half, they were on their own 26. This time they get it on the 14. They got a flanker to the left. Cox, hand off to the left halfback, who gets upfield for about 2 yards. Perky Bryant. Kentucky that time did not have a fullback, but they had Bryant and Stewart at halfbacks and Darrell Cox a flanker to the left. Tennessee has brought Jerry Inslee in. Defensively, he's a halfback. The Vols are in a 6-2-2-1 defense. Kentucky has a slot back Cox to the left and the handoff to Stewart, the right halfback, who hits away to the 19 for a gain of about 3. Here's Kentucky out of the huddle now, up to the line of scrimmage. Cox a slot back to the left. Woolham's looking at a 6-2 Tennessee defense again. Down 3-0 as he hands one to Darrell Cox, cutting up over the center of the line to the 20, to the 25, first down on the 29. 10-yard run by Darrell Cox. Joe DeMelfi, Tennessee linebacker, making the tackle for the Vols. And the Wildcats now have 9 first downs. Kentucky on the 29 with the first down. Tennessee's in a 7-man line this time. Hand off to the right halfback, and Stewart jumping the line comes up to about the Kentucky 33. Gary Stewart gained maybe 4 yards on the play. Joe DeMelfi making another Tennessee tackle. Temperature at 60 and the sun beaming down brightly. about 32,000 watching. Cox, flanker to the left. Woolham hands off to the left halfback, Perky Bryant, who goes to the Kentucky 35. That's a gain of 2. It'll be 3rd and 4 coming up for the Wildcats. Hutchinson, the left end, split away. Jenkins, the right end, is split well out. Cox comes in motion to the right. Tennessee moving on the line as Woolham takes the snap, rolls to the right, shoots one to Cox. He's got it on the 36. He's up to the 40. Fakes and goes to the 45, to the 50, to the Tennessee 45, to the Tennessee 40. Darrell Cox. Beautiful block by Ken Bocart. As on a swing, Woolham hits Cox to the right on 3rd down and 4, and they go to Tennessee territory. A slot back to the left on the Tennessee 39. It's 1st down. Tennessee's offsides on the play as Woolham keeps and goes to the Volunteer 36. It looked like in the center of the ball line, somebody made contact with Kentucky center Clyde Richardson before the snap. There's a slot back for Kentucky to the right. You could hear the reaction of the fans, perhaps. It's 2nd and 7. Slot back right. Woolham gives off. Up the middle goes Cox again to the 35, to the 30, down to the 26-yard line. Darrell Cox doing a tremendous job as Gary Stewart comes in on the right side to replace Ken Bocart for Kentucky. Slot back left for the Wildcats. Cox cuts up through the middle. He's hit on the line of scrimmage and thrown back to the Tennessee 28 by Steve DeLong, the Tennessee right guard. 7 minutes, 40 seconds in the 3rd quarter. Tennessee leading 3-0. Woolham keeps, pitches. Here's Ken Bocart. Checkers Perky Bryant inside the 25 to the Tennessee 22. We're down to the last 7 minutes of the 3rd quarter, and here's a big threat for the Wildcats. They have yet to get inside the Tennessee 20. This is their biggest penetration right now to the 22. Here's Cox in motion to the right. Woolham takes, runs Bryant up through the middle of the Tennessee 20. Getting about 2. It's going to leave it 4th and 4, and the big play will be coming up now. Their field goal kick was 25 yards. Kentucky will have to be a little bit longer than that. It's going to have to be about a 36-yard attempt. Here's the spot, the snap, and the important kick is up in the air, down the middle. It's high enough. It's long enough. It's good. Clarky Mayfield from 36 yards has tied the game 3-3. At the half, Penn State 3, Pittsburgh nothing as Kentucky kicks off. Moving forward, Clarky Mayfield booms one that goes out of bounds. They're returning it for another kick. Kentucky drove 86 yards to get its 36-yard field goal. And we have just 6 minutes, 20 seconds left as Clarky Mayfield moves forward again. This one's high, right down the middle of the Tennessee 11. Faircloth's got it. He's up over the 15 to the 20. Hit on the 25 by Howard Dunnybeck and snapped down on the 30. And just as much, you'll like the way that Standard Oil dealers take better care of your car. Here's the first play now for Tennessee as Bobby Morton hits up the middle for a couple of yards. Howard Dunnybeck, supporting the left side of the Kentucky line, has made the tackle. They gain just 1 yard to the Vols' 31. Turner getting attention as Tennessee single wing right. The fullback gets the snap. Morton up through the middle of the 35 to the 40. Fumbles. Kentucky's got it. Bobby Morton, the Tennessee tailback, fumbled. Darrell Cox has recovered for Kentucky. And Kentucky taking over for a 1st and 10 situation on its own 43. On the line of scrimmage with Cox, who recovered the ball, slot back to the left. Woolham hands off to the right half, who's down to the Tennessee 35. Down to the 30, down to the 25, to the 15, the 10. Gary Stewart scores. Wait a minute, they say he stepped out of bounds on the 6-yard line. One official went kind of nonchalantly down the sideline and picked out the 6. Got a flanker to the right. Woolham calling his play. Gives off up the middle, Cox to the 5 for a yard. Looked like Gary Stewart had gone all the way. Here's Perky Bryant hustling in at fullback to replace Howard Dunnybeck. The Vols haven't been in Kentucky territory this half. Kentucky up with a slot back to the right. Woolham calls, pitches back to Darrell Cox. He's sweeping out to the right. Can't get any blocking. They've got him way back on the 12-yard line. Darrell Cox is hit by John Patey of Tennessee. Big decision by the official in saying that Gary Stewart was out of bounds on the Tennessee 6 when he went into the end zone. In motion comes Gary Stewart to the left, and Woolham's going to throw on 3rd down. Being chased out to the right, pulls up, throws one into the end zone. No good. Knocked down and an almost beautiful catch. 2 Wildcats back there. Bill Jenkins almost held on to it about 8 yards back in the end zone. 3 minutes and 35 seconds remaining, and Mayfield this time will be trying from the 18, which means it is a 28-yard attempt. Here's the spot, the snap, and the kick is up in the air. It's long enough, but no good. It sails off, no good to the left. And Tennessee stops Kentucky on the 4-yard line. Well, on a fumble by Bobby Morton of Tennessee, the Wildcats had Gary Stewart go 43 yards for what looked like a touchdown, only to have the officials say he stepped out of bounds on the 6, and Kentucky couldn't score. The fullback hits up the way for 5 for 6 before being stacked up, George Canale. There's a flag down on the play, and the ball is being brought back. Illegal procedure is being called against Tennessee. Tennessee back on the line of scrimmage. Kentucky is in a five-man line. Quick kick by Tennessee. It's out of there, up over midfield. Phil Pickett goes back and hits on the Kentucky 36. He slips, picks it up, running to the right side. He turns at the 35. He's at the 40, comes on upfield to the 44 of Kentucky. Phil Pickett handling that ball, racing out to the far side zone, and there's a flag down on the play at the Kentucky 49. It may be a clipping flag. It's against Kentucky. They're going to move it out now to the 44-yard line where the run stopped, and Kentucky has penalized a personal foul. Wildcats, being quarterbacked by Jerry Woolham, have Bocart and Cox the halfbacks, and Bryant at fullback. Here's Woolham handing off, and shooting up the middle is Pickett to the 35, to the 40, and close to a first down. We incorrectly gave you Cox. It was Pickett who was at left half. The temperature is 60 in Knoxville, and a beautiful day for the game. Slot back Pickett to the left. Woolham to call against the seven-man Tennessee line. Woolham's going to throw. Got his man. Hit him, and he dropped it on the 45. Ken Bocart overled just a bit. 15 yards against Kentucky for personal foul was assessed after they had set up the first down situation. So here's Woolham handing off to Pickett, who gets up to the 40, the 41, the 42. And instead of first and 10, as we thought the penalty was going to be called during the play, at the end it was stepped off and made first and 25. We've got 2 minutes left. And backing up in punt formation is Darrell Cox. He's on the Kentucky 29. Very important punt now coming for the Wildcats. Tennessee's in a seven-man line to rush him. The snap and the kick. Great pressure, but Cox gets it out of there. A low nose-up spiral. Tennessee can't get it. It's at the 25. At the 20, rolls inside the 15. Cox has rolled one dead on the Tennessee 10-yard line that is down by Jim Hill. This second half, punting from their 45 on 4th and 1. Morton fumbling to Cox, and a quick kick on 1st and 15. Now it's 1st and 10 on the 10 for Tennessee. Quick kick again. Snap to the fullback who decides to run. Gets about 3 up to the Tennessee 13. Tennessee to the right. The wing is outside the end this time. The snap to the tailback. He's going to throw from the Tennessee 4-yard line. A screen pass out to the left side. The blocking is there, but Simpson gets through to nail him on the 10-yard line. Well, the Wildcats will have the ball in the middle of the field now to start this last quarter of play. Fulham deals it off to Bocart, who goes about 2 yards into the right side of the Tennessee line. Joe DeMelfi, the right side linebacker, stops him. Wildcats have a slot back to the right. Woolham calls with motion coming to the right from Cox. Woolham is going back to throw a pass. Looks, shoots one down the middle, caught by Jenkins and knocked away from him on the Tennessee 34. Hit by Malin Faircloth. Jenkins couldn't hang on, and it'll be 3rd and 8 from the Tennessee 42. We played a minute and a half of the last quarter. Kentucky's 3rd down and 8 play now, coming from the Tennessee 42. Woolham is going to throw. Got plenty of time, shoots one down the middle. Caught by Hutchinson on the Tennessee 34. He swarmed on, still bowls his way to the ball's 31, and it's a first down. Kentucky moving back to the line of scrimmage, have a flanker, Gary Stewart to the right. Jerry Woolham against the 7-diamond defense now to call. Runs his fullback, Perky Bryant, headlong up the middle to about the Tennessee 27. Score is 3-3 here in the last quarter. 2 minutes, 20 seconds gone. Slot back, Stewart to the right. Woolham gives to Cox through the middle. He's hit hard by Tennessee linebacker Joe DeMelfi. DeMelfi, a sophomore from Berwick, Pennsylvania, has certainly played a fine game defensively for Tennessee here today. There's a slot back, Cox on that side. Here's Bocart going in motion. Tennessee 6-2. Woolham rolls out to throw from the left side. Shoots one to Cox. It's intercepted. There may be all the way. Woolham is the only man. He's blocked out, and it's up. Wait a minute. Hill's going to try to run him down. He can't get to him. He got him, but let's see what they rule. Just inside the 5. Woolham threw a pass that was picked off by Tennessee. They're ruling he didn't get in, that he fell down with a knee on the ground. Lining up in a single wing to the left. The snap is on the ground. Picked up and diving over the line for a touchdown is George Canale. Hudson picked off the pass just inside the Tennessee 30 and went back with it 69 yards. Tennessee will try for 1-point conversion, and the kick is good to make the score 10-3. And Tennessee breaks open a game exactly the way they lost one last week when Malin Faircloth threw an interception. Indiana 12-7 over Purdue at the half. After 3 quarters, West Virginia still leading Syracuse 10-6, and Wisconsin and Minnesota scoreless after 1 quarter. Tennessee's kick goes to the Kentucky goal line. Picked off by Cox. He's at the 15, swinging to the right, hit and dropped on the 20. as Darrell Cox moves upfield. 11.5 minutes to go. A slot back right. Handoff Cox, left half. He hits up to the 25. Gain of 3. 2nd and 7. Honey and DeMelfi, Tennessee linebackers, stopping Cox on the Kentucky 25. Kentucky with a slot back left coming in motion, getting the handoff on the play up to about the 28-yard line is Phil Pickett. There's a flag down on the play now, and a penalty is coming up against Tennessee of 5 yards to the 30. Kentucky has lost 3 fumbles and a pass, and they've just absolutely broken the back of the Wildcats. Woolham gives to the fullback, and Perky Bryant gets up very nearly to the line to gain. Honey makes the tackle for Tennessee. Interception of a Woolham pass by Hudson, and Canale jumping over for the score. Woolham runs Bryant into the wall of Volunteers, who turn him right over backwards. Stewart standing on the sideline with Charlie Bradshaw, who moves off now down inside the 40 to get a look at this play. He's down to the restraining line, the 35, as Woolham goes back to throw. Gets protection, shoots a strike on the 40. That's good. An 8-yard gain. Bocart catching it. Bocart catching the ball, went out of bounds, they say, about the 41, so it'll be 3rd down and a yard to go. Richardson snaps the ball back to Woolham, rather. Hutchinson moving downfield that time as Dunnebeck tried to strike in to the right side of the Tennessee line. 9 minutes and 20 seconds remain here at Knoxville. Slot back in each direction. Woolham from short punt takes the snap, runs right, runs left, and shoots a high one downfield. Cox got it on the Tennessee 25. He's in the open. It's a touchdown as Darrell Cox caught a pass to Woolham on the Tennessee 35, made a sensational fake, and went all the way inside the Tennessee 30-yard line. Darrell Cox just in the ball game, and Kentucky stands 1 point away from a tie, just inside the last 9 minutes. Kentucky will apparently be going for a 2-point conversion as Woolham is being left into the game. Slot back to the right. Motion, Cox to the right. Woolham takes. He's going to try to pass for 2 points. Throws it for a 2-point conversion in the end zone, we believe. Now the officials signal no, and Woolham even charges one of them. How about this? The officials make no signal at all, then suddenly run out and say it's incomplete. By golly. They made no signal whatsoever as the pass was thrown in the end zone to Bill Jenkins. He dived for it and caught it. The officials made no signal, and then suddenly, after walking around and talking with each other, gave an incomplete signal. Boy, this is a strange one, I'll tell you. They take one touchdown away from Kentucky by saying Stewart was out of bounds on the 6, and now they nullify a 2-point attempt when they can't even find the football. Tennessee with a 10-9 lead, 8.5 minutes to go, taking possession. Faircloth hands off to Canale, behind Beautiful, blocking up over the 40, the 45, and very near a 1st down. Jim Foley makes the tackle for Kentucky. Tennessee's run only 3 plays this last quarter. One of those was a touchdown, though. Faircloth with a handoff to the right side is hit hard, but got his 1st down upfield about the 48-yard line of the Vols. Herschel Turner hitting him on the Volunteer 48 with a 1st down, single wing right. The snap to Canale, the fullback, who falls down on the line of scrimmage and then is knocked down about a yard upfield on the Vols 49. Left side of the Kentucky line, driving in to get him. Tennessee leads 10-9. We have 7 minutes and 10 seconds to go. They go single wing left as Bobby Morton has come in at tailback as a wild card substitute. Canale, the fullback, gets the snap, gives to Morton, racing to the left, going to throw. High pass, no good. Nobody can get to it. It's an equally big one for Kentucky to try to get possession and a last chance. Tennessee single wing right. Patey, the wingback, lined up on the wrong side. Canale threatens to pass and then runs up the middle. He's at the 50 and hit and driven back to the Tennessee 49. Mayfield came up beautifully with Kentucky's Tommy Simpson. And finally, it was a pass interception by Hudson, which he returned just over 70 yards that set up the Tennessee touchdown. George Canale in punt formation at the Tennessee 40. Booms a high floating spiral. Fair catch called for by Cox, and it's made by Stewart on the Kentucky 17. So Kentucky will get the football on its own 17-yard line. Woolham, the quarterback, deals to his left halfback. Up over the 20 to about the 23-yard line is Darrell Cox. Nice 5-yard gain by Darrell Cox. Slot back to the left. Jerry Woolham calls the set signal against the 6'2 Tennessee defense. Drops it, picks it up, runs out to the left, is hit at the line of scrimmage, gets up over the 25, and is thrown out of bounds on the 26. Gain of 4 yards. Pat Augustine got him. Hand off to Perky Bryant, the fullback, and looks like he made the first down up to about the 28. Just over 5 minutes to go. Tennessee leading Kentucky 10-9. It's a first down for the Wildcats. Slot, and Stewart goes in motion to the left, drawing the Tennessee defense in. Now taking it from the tailback slot is Darrell Cox on a run. He's upfield to the 35, fakes inside, cuts outside on the 40, comes on up to the 45, spins up to the 48, and another first down, and another sensational run by Darrell Cox. Kentucky is in a position to go again with its 17th first down, as Darrell Cox, that time running out of short punt, has come upfield 20 yards to the 48. Tennessee's in a 6-2. Woolham takes, gives to the right halfback. Gary Stewart goes to the 50. A gain of 2. 2nd and 8. Tennessee's in a 6-2 defense. Kentucky has a slot back to the right. That's Gary Stewart just in the game. Woolham calls, pitches to Cox. Going to pass. Pulls up, looks, shoots one. It is caught on the Tennessee 45. And it's knocked loose. Charlie Bradshaw's yelling that it was caught, and they say that's right. A 3rd down and 3 play on the Tennessee 45. What we're looking for right now. Slot back to the left. Woolham in behind Richardson. Sends Bocard in motion to the left and takes the snap. Going to pass on 3rd down the middle. It's caught by Hutchinson on the Tennessee 35, and it's a first down. Where it'll be 1st down and 10. Remember, a field goal could win. 2 minutes, 45 seconds to go. Slot back left. Woolham calls, deals it off to Bocard. He's hit after getting 1 yard to the Tennessee 34. It'll be 2nd and 9. The reason we say that is because all the yardage Kentucky can scratch out here is going to help just that much more when the field goal attempt comes. Richardson lays it back to him, letter high. Cox is racing to the right. Cox the arm to pass, then puts it away to run at the 30 and out of bounds on the Tennessee 26-yard line. Darrell Cox, getting a good block from Perky Bryant, has come on downfield about 8 yards to the Tennessee 26. These last breathtaking seconds coming up now. Cox is slot back to the left. Woolham takes, gives to Cox, coming up over guards, stutters for a moment, then butts his way down to the Tennessee 20, down to the 19 for about 7 yards and a first down. Here's Kentucky back to the line of scrimmage now. Slot back is Cox to the left. Tennessee's in a 7-man line. Here's Perky Bryant, the fullback, slamming away to the Tennessee 16 for a gain of about 3 yards on the play with the clock moving at 1:40. Woolham has a slot back to the right as he calls his play. He has Cox coming in motion, and he's going to pass for it. Pulls up, being rushed, throws one downfield. It's almost intercepted on the Tennessee 9-yard line. Pass interference is being called against the Volunteers' George Canale for pushing Tom Hutchinson. Pass interference against Canale of Tennessee. Woolham calls, deals off. Stewart hits up over the 5 to the 4. Gary Stewart, the right halfback, lashing up over the center of the Tennessee line, has gone inside the 5. Now we go inside the last 1 minute of play. The Vols go to a 7-4 defense. Woolham calls, deals. Gary Stewart hits into about the 2-yard line. Gaining a yard to the Tennessee 2. It'll be 3rd and goal. 45 seconds remaining. 30 seconds. Here's motion to the right. Woolham calls. He's going to try to pass. He's being rushed. He's being rushed, and the end zone is no good. Stops the clock with 20 seconds. It is just a 19-yard attempt. Kicking from the 9, right where he would be kicking if he was trying to convert after a touchdown. Tennessee juggling the defense. Here it is. The kick's in the air. It's good. And Kentucky goes ahead of Tennessee, but 15 seconds remain. The score now stands Kentucky 12, Tennessee 10. Can they do it? Marky Mayfield has just nailed on a second field goal. Mayfield kicking from the 40. Booms a squibber to the 30. Is it going out of bounds? Yep, on the 21-yard line with the clock not moving. So there will be a 5-yard penalty and another kick. The 3rd time that this has come about in the game. Here's Mayfield getting the signal from the official. The clock doesn't start until it's touched by somebody. And the kick is a short side kick to the 50. Tennessee recovers on the 50, calls timeout to stop the clock with 11 seconds to go. Now let's see what Tennessee can do. They're trailing Kentucky 12-10. A field goal for the Vols could settle it, you know. They're down by 2. The snap to Faircloth. He's going to throw. Rolling to the right. He's back on the Tennessee 41. Shoots one down the middle. Who's got it? No good on the 16-yard line. Darrell Cox cut out in front of the man they were throwing for and almost intercepted it with 6 seconds to go. 6 seconds remain. Tennessee single wing right. Kentucky leading 12-10. The snap to Faircloth. He's going to throw. He's back. The clock shows no time left. And Faircloth still back in the Tennessee 40. Shoots one. It's going to the end zone. It's going to the end zone. Who's got it? Nobody. And the ball game is over. Tapped into the air by Darrell Cox once again. And Cox comes up with a football, a souvenir of a miraculous 12-10 Kentucky victory.